I had a feeling the Rockets was going to lose this game. I had a big feeling. I didn't go on air and record prediction and stuff. I wanted to, but I didn't have time. Life be lifing. So. But I had a feeling the Rockets was going to lose this game because they're playing against a team that is battle tested. And not only is this Warriors team is battle tested, they've won a lot of those battles, Like a lot of people, they just want to focus on, they want to just say, well, the Warriors, they have the experience and all that. Well, I mean, it's not just about experience because you remember in watching Avengers Infinity War at the beginning, Loki was pleading his case to Thanos, and he was saying that, I think that I can be helpful to you. And he was like, how? I have experience. And Thanos was like, well, if you call losing experience. And then Loki was like, experience is experience. And in a way, it's like, you know, just because you've done something a lot doesn't mean that your experience matter because how many times have you done it successfully? And this Warriors team, they've been through so many battles and stuff. And they have the best player. They have the best player in the entire series. You have Steph Curry. That's why with the whole Jimmy Butler thing, I hate to see Jimmy Butler out. I would much rather see Jimmy Butler out there playing because I feel like the Rockets, when you see Jimmy Butler playing out there, you got Batman and Robin. Personally, I think Butler is more than a Robin, but he referred to himself as a Robin. It keeps you more on your toes, keeps you focused. And this Rockets team, they approach this game as if, okay, Jimmy Butler is out. So we about to blow them out. We're going to come smack them in the mouth, and then that's going to be it. And that's the thing, man. Like, I'm not a professional ball player. Never played professional basketball. But the people who crown Steph Curry as one of those dudes, majority of them are not professional ball players. So you have to think, all right, well, why is he that dude or one of those dudes? Because that's Steph Curry. Look what he's done over the years. That's Draymond Green. Look what he's done over the years. And in this game here, before Draymond Green got that tech, the Rockets was pretty much rolling. They was in a good groove. But he got that tech. And then it's like the Rockets, all of a sudden, they're trying to do things to bait Draymond Green. Draymond knows this. The referees know this. And the referees, they're not going to eject Draymond Green if they see the opponent, you're intentionally trying to get him removed from the game. That's not going to happen, especially with a young team like the Rockets. Y'all not going to be the ones that do it, all right? Go out there, continue to attack, play your game. Be aggressive, physical, within the confines of the game. Continue to attack. That's what the Rockets need to do. Focus on that. Don't get distracted and be like, oh, let's try to bait Draymond. No. You can't bait him. You cannot bait him. But see, Draymond tricks people into believing that they can bait him. Now there are veteran players out there who can do that to him. Rockets, we don't have the players to do that. And even if anybody on the Rockets, they did a successful job at baiting him, the officials, they're not going to fall for that. They're going to be like, listen, man, hey, play the game. Like Ime Udoka said, hey, you got to play through it. The physicality of it, the refs, they're not going to call everything. The refs are not going to call everything. So guess what? You got to play through it. That's just how life is. That's how life is. You can't control everything. Things are not going to go your way most of the time. You're going to let that stop you from obtaining your goal? But then that means maybe you didn't want that goal as much. And that's life. And I tell my kids that and stuff. Me and my wife, we talk about that. And that's the approach this Rockets team they must have. This game, Jalen Green, I don't know where Jalen Green was. Hey, I wasn't expecting him to score 30 points. I wasn't. I was expecting at least a 20-point game. But all in all, I wanted him to be aggressive. It seems like he settled for the decoy role. And it's okay being a decoy, but you have to sell it. You got to sell it, man. You got to sell it. You got to attack. Keep attacking, because when that defense sees him not attacking and he's settling for that 3-pointer, they'll gladly give you that. These guys, they practice against Steph Curry. And I don't know how it goes with their scrimmages and practices, but nobody can light up anybody on the court from the 3-point line better than Steph. Then you think about prior to this year, you have Steph and Clay. So if Steph and Clay is on the same doggone team in practice, oh man, like what you didn't seen it all. You didn't seen it all. Two of the best 3-point shooters ever in NBA history. You didn't seen it all. So when you go up against, you see a player like Jalen Green shooting threes, who's more of a streaky shooter. You like, we know how to play and win and be competitive while competing against Steph in practice. And I don't know how many games the other team win in practice when Steph is going off, but practicing against Steph and then worrying about Draymond Green's three, it's like, come on, man, I'd rather him take the three. They don't want him attacking the basket. He needs to keep attacking the basket, man. He needs to keep attacking. That right there, that's going to keep making this Rockets offense flow. The few times when he did attack the basket, I mean, he was successful. The defense was collapsing on him. Now, because he didn't get a few foul calls, he stopped attacking. You got to be relentless. And you got to understand, you're in Golden State. You're not going to get the calls that you were getting in Houston. You're not. But you have to attack. So let's say if you're Jalen Green, you was getting to the free throw line 7 times in the first 2 games, each game. All right. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but let's just throw that out there. Okay. You drove to the basket. Let's say you drove to the basket 20 times. You went to the free throw line 7 times. Okay. Well, when you're playing on the road, you got to be trying to attack that basket like 30 or 40 times. And then maybe you'll probably get to the line maybe 10 times. Okay, I know I'm probably exaggerating on the numbers, but hopefully y'all understand where I'm coming from here, because he has to be aggressive. In Avengers Infinity War, here I am going back Avengers Infinity War. Thanos told the Doctor Strange, you didn't use your best weapon, the time stone. Jalen Green, you're not using your best weapon. Utilize it. Attack the basket. Attack the basket. Now, what I did see at the end, Draymond struck a huge nerve on him. Draymond struck a huge nerve. And if I'm Draymond Green, if I'm a Warriors fan, you probably want to tell Draymond Green to shh. But see, this is going to be a make or break situation for Jalen Green. I said, but when this series started, I can't remember if I said it on the podcast or what, or posted it somewhere. This is going to be a make or break thing for a lot of players on his team, because some of these players not going to be here next year. They're just not. Salary cap, you're not able to keep them all. Y'all played 2K before. Come on now, y'all franchise, unless you turn the salary cap mode off. But if Jalen Green is going to be that dude for the Rockets, he got to be that dude. And Draymond said, he told him at the end when they was walking off, he said, "Man, go paint your nails. Go sit down, go paint your nails." And I don't know why Jalen Green, he was pointing at Jimmy Butler. I don't know why. I thought Jimmy Butler painted his nails too. So that's funny that Draymond is poking fun at Jalen Green for painting his nails. But maybe he wasn't poking fun of him. He knows that's a hobby that Jalen Green does, and he just said, "Hey, man, go paint your nails. Go paint your nails." Jalen Green was very hot. So seems like he struck a nerve. And if you're Jalen Green, you got to use that. I was about to just go ahead and say, Jalen, just like in the movie Waterboy, but that's me assuming that you have seen Waterboy. That came out in 1998. That's 27 years ago. Jalen Green is 23. So I'm not going to assume you watched that movie, but you need to go watch that movie. Tackle and fuel. He think about the bad things, the hurtful things that people say to him. Jalen, think about those things and go attack. Go attack. Go attack. Play basketball. That's what the Rockets need from you. And if he can't do that consistently, he's not going to be a Rocket for too long, I don't believe. Or either his role is going to get demoted. And what I'm and in a way, it seems like he doesn't mind it. I think with him, and I don't want to hate on Jalen Green, and that's not what I'm saying. But I think what it is, the reason why he has these inconsistencies, because you look at this team, they're young, and they got a team full of first round picks, guys who they believe that they can do it, that they think they can take it to the next level with minutes. You have Jalen Green, a top 3 pick, Amin Thompson, a top 4 or 5 pick, Shingun, top 20 pick, Cam Whitmore, top 20 pick, Reed Shepard, a top 3 pick, Jabari Smith Jr., a top 3 pick. So you have a lot of that going on, which I understand. But and he's probably thinking, well, next man up is going to be somebody else's turn. Listen, you have to keep attacking, sir. Get dehydrated. In the words of Marcellus Wiley, it's a hydration situation. But Jalen Green, you have to keep attacking. Go rewatch Cade Cunningham highlights if you have to. Go replay what Draymond Green said to you, all right, about your nails and all of that, or whatever it is him and Jimmy Butler said they got you riled up. It seems like you had more energy at the end of the game after they said that compared to in the game. Now, he was playing defense, and I give him credit for that. I'm not talking down on his defense, but the Rockets, they need him. I'm not saying he has to score 30 a game, but he has to pose the threat to score 30 a game. He has to keep attacking. They need him for that. Amin Thompson, man, missing too many layups. Game one, game two, game three, missing too many layups. Overall, this Rockets team, defense, they were awesome. But what you have to understand, Steph still scored 38. That's Steph motherfreaking Curry, man. That is Steph motherfreaking Curry, bro. And had the Rockets shot at least 70% from the free throw line and made their layups and everything, they blow the Warriors out. Steph's 38 points will be irrelevant. You put more pressure on them when you're able to score the ball. They stopped guarding Amin Thompson in between the by the elbow and the free throw line. And then Amin Thompson, he kept coming up and just shooting like lazy looking shots. Sengun shooting a lot of lazy looking shots. Like what are y'all doing? I don't know. I think with Amin Thompson, I think the memes and the videos of a lot of Warriors fans and a lot of people on social media calling him a dirty player and replaying his lowlights when he's committing fouls like everybody else in the league, and they're label him a dirty player. I think that's getting to him. He's young. When you're young, you can be very impressionable. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, because another thing that could be going on in this situation is that we knew the Rockets, they seem to have came out with some jitters in game one, even though it's a home game. If you're coming out with jitters in game one when it's a home game, I think it's expected for you to come out with jitters in game three when you're playing in Golden State at the Chase Center. I know it's not the Oracle, but it is the Chase Center. They still have some of those Warrior fans, they trickled over and they're over there now. So I do think that that did cause how do you put it? Yeah, it got to him a bit. Thought I heard something. I'm tripping. But I'm recording at night and stuff, and by my window. Thought I heard something. But this Rockets team. See, now I done got distracted. But anyways, they're gonna have to yeah, okay, the jitters. That crowd, because at first I'm thinking, as I'm watching the game, me and my son, and I'm thinking to myself, but I don't want to say it. I'm like, that crowd doesn't sound too loud. But then once it got loud, it didn't stop. And the Rockets, they made their runs and everything, but that Gary Payton, the second 3 pointer, yeah, yeah, that was that was something. That was something. I mean, yeah, that was the icing on the cake, the nail on the coffin. Um, I was surprised we got the call when Amin Thompson ripped Draymond, but what I hate was is that had they allowed that play to play through and not called a foul, that's a you're not catching Amin Thompson. That's an easy 2 points. So um, the Rockets they couldn't capitalize off of that. And that's the thing. As a coach, you hoping to put your players in the position to win. As players out there, you can only hope to put yourself in an opportune situation to win the game. Rockets had many opportunities. Fred VanVleet had 17 points. I only saw him make 1 3. That was towards the end. I don't know where those 17 points came from. I don't. But he's missing too many open 3 pointers, and it's alarming because he's supposed to be better than that at shooting. We don't need him to be Steph, but he's getting wide open looks. Wide open looks. And Steph don't have to really play much defense on him. And Steph did a good job on defense. He was making some plays for real. But I don't know, man. It's Shingun seemed to be his Shingun was playing like an old man at times. I'm like, what is going on? Are you gassed? But I'm gonna tell you something. What the Rockets have in their favor. The next game is Monday night. Steph Curry played what about 40 minutes. Draymond played what almost 40 minutes or something like that. You know, those are old legs. I don't know. Maybe Jimmy is gonna come back legs fresh. Probably he's getting rest. That's what I think. What they did because it's like they how can I put it? If they get was down 2-1 and they got Jimmy some rest, they're probably confident that they believe that they can come back. Not saying they would, but I always said Rockets in six. And in order for it to be Rockets in six, the Warriors they have to win 2 games. And they've won their 2 games right now. That's it. If the Rockets gonna win this series, it's gonna be in six. It's not gonna be in seven. If it goes to seven, I'm not picking the Rockets to win at seven. I will hope for them to win, but I don't think they would win it in 7 games. I don't. But now Dylan Brooks, oh man, there are some plays. It's like you can't bring the ball all the way up court and then shoot the ball unless you're running out of time. You gotta pass it and bring it back out. Get in the rhythm. And when Dylan Brooks does stuff like that, it's like Warriors, they're gonna come down and score. You're swinging the momentum, but this is a strong-willed team. You like the Rockets. You can't expect that the performance you had in Game 2 that's gonna keep the Warriors down. No, they're moving on to the next one. So right now, the advantage the Rockets have by that next game being on Monday, your young legs got to kick in. That's where you use it to your advantage. And guess what? Run them out their own doggone gym. That's what the Rockets are going to have to do. Play some basketball. Keep attacking. Jalen Green, keep attacking. Keep attacking. 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 Okay? You got those young, fresh legs, man. You 23. Keep attacking, man. Keep attacking. But it's just amazing how many points in the paint they were missing. My favorite play of this game was when Steven Adams ripped Buddy Hield. When he ripped him, and I'm like, look at Adams. And Adams was knocking down his free throws. The Warriors, they was trying to do the hacker Adams. Oh, he was making his free throws. I think normally he's like a 40% free throw shooter. He was focused. He was locked in. But Jabari Smith Jr., I liked how he performed. I felt like he's not getting enough minutes. I want to see him play more. Like, when he goes in, like, he can make shots and get off certain shots that other players on this team cannot because his arms is long and he's tall. Tyree Eason, he's making some big plays. It was one play he drove to the basket, and I liked how Steven Adams shielded off the defender, and I was like, that was pretty smooth. But I think what it is by the Rockets, sometimes like when Jalen Green is not scoring and attacking, that ruins the Rockets' identity, and then that means we need Şengün to be on a scale of 1 to 10 at a 9 at least. Şengün did not have it today. He did not have it. He was so worried about trying to bait Draymond. Hey man, win the game. Win the game, and then after you win the series, you can, you know what, say whatever it is you want to Draymond. That's how you get him. But you're not affecting Draymond Green by talking back and forth and thinking you're baiting him. That's not going to work. But hey, it is what it is. Rockets lost this game. I hate staying up past 10 when the Rockets playing past 10 and they lose the game. That throws off my day. It makes me very, very sleepy and tired, I must say. But anyways, I'm going to go to sleep, get me some nice shut-eye. And yeah, on to the next one. Focusing on game 4 next. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day or night and giving my podcast a listen. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace out.